Hello everyone, welcome to fedscoopTV. My name is Greg Otto and we're at Verizon's Government of the Future Summit, and I'm talking with Carl Baptiste, GENBAND Senior Vice President of Unified Communications and Enterprise Solutions. Carl, thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
So in your eyes, what does the government of the future look like, and how will technology play a role?
I think the big thing that we see, and this is obvious because we're a communications company, is that first of all, the government of the future will be much more connected, much more flow of information, and much more accessible by the citizens. And I think that emerging technologies in terms of the Internet of Things and in terms of communications technologies, platforms that allow easy integration into a variety of different applications will play a big role.
So in order to do that, agencies are going to have to modernize their systems. What are the biggest challenges for agencies in order to make that happen?
I think the biggest challenges that I typically see in these projects is it's less technology centered, and it's more just they tend to be staffed for break fix, right? They're not staffed to have grand strategies evolve, right? So companies have to help them get to the place that they need to be by evolving their current technologies. And then the other thing is just going to be security, right? So when you're more connected, there's more information, there's a different set of security demands that will arise very rapidly from this direction.
Right, and let's talk about that a little bit more. What approach needs to be refined inside agencies when it comes to cybersecurity as we move into the future?
Well, I think, now I think people look at firewalls, they look at session border controls, they look at technology that protects the perimeter, right? And maybe authorized people get in and out. But when you start to expand that to include connected citizens and connected contractors and connected technology, all of a sudden you have to start looking at it in a different way. And there's two angles. Number one is just the sheer scale of managing valid conversations, right? And I think so instead of a perimeter security, there has to be a move to more individual conversation kind of security. And just as important, a lot of the role will happen with kind of platforms in the cloud.
Okay.
And which means exposing APIs that may not have been exposed to such large populations before. So rather than just the flow of communications being secured, you have to start looking at the APIs themselves being secured so they can't be abused, right? So there's going to be all sorts of opportunity for denial of service and other types of attacks that happen at a much different level than communications.
So finally, is there something policy-wise or legislatively that needs to happen in order to drive agencies to modernize their systems, or is there a specific area where policy could help in helping agencies embrace the future of the government?
Yeah, I think more policy than legislation. I think it's all about access, right? So policy that drives access to information, engagement with the citizens who are essentially the customers of government, right? To be driven to be open and to be driven to be accessible, right? I think is the big policy drive that I think will get people thinking about this and moving in that direction. And we already see signs of it. I mean, we already see municipal governments moving to new models of how they include their citizens in meetings and in issues and notifications of events and things.
Great. Carl, appreciate your insights. Thanks for stopping by today.
You're welcome. Thanks very much.
For all of our videos, check out our YouTube channel, and for more information, check out fedscoop.com. I'm Greg Otto. Thanks for watching.